Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is also podcast Vanderpump Rule, the new class, season 12, episode 3. I equally hate the way I have completely flipped of who I liked and didn't like episode to episode is diabolical.
Okay, but how are you feeling about the show overall? Is it steadily getting better or not as painful to watch?
I have to be really honest. The arguments are way harder to follow on this show.
Agreed. I think I hold on to the quippy moments. There are some things that make me cackle. I'm just what are you talking about?
There are some moments. I just find it really hard to follow, how we go into these arguments. You know what I mean?
We have to remember they're not seasoned reality TV professionals, so I hope that they get that craft.
Well, even when they're yelling, it's just it's really hard to follow. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really hard to take, and I know this because it's really hard to take notes on.
Yeah, it feels dumb because they're yelling. They're not really moving the argument forward.
Yeah.
They're not discussing anything or having good lines or they're not truly arguing. They're just yelling.
It is hard.
You're dumb, and it's got him.
But
okay.
It's still kind of bad. But I can't decide if it's bad because it's over or underproduced. I don't know my issue with it.
I understand what you're.
It feels really rigid, which is good because that's natural reality. But also, it feels like they are in on the assignment, which is also very strange.
I understand that take. But I'm warming up to the people and the dynamic. I do think that this is the best version of this reboot they could have done.
The dynamics are really
everything.
Easy to follow.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I will say, though, there's no one I genuinely am rooting for. They just don't have what they had in the last one was you were either team underdog from the beginning or you were team bitch. You picked one.
That's
and
true.
You kind of stuck with it. This is every other scene. I'm now I hate him. Now I hate her. Now I'm this person's cheerleader. I don't know.
I get that. You're so right. There isn't teams to root for, and there's no underdog. And I do feel there always needs to be an underdog or someone heavily disliked or kind of just the anti.
Yeah. I think all these people are just genuinely kind of bad people. I think that too.
But not in the Jax Taylor Sandoval horrible person type. It's they're just genuinely bad friends and bad people to each other.
Yes,
but in a casual way.
In a weird way, Jax is a different beast. But I don't think Sandoval at his core is an evil, mean, terrible person. Agreed. I think he does bad things and then can't own up to it, and he's a mess. These people are, like you said, just bad people, bad friends, bad to have around. I would rather have dinner with Sandoval than any of these people.
Okay, I disagree because I would love to get dinner with Venus.
No, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be I'm genuinely trying to say I think Sandoval would be a better person to have around in your life than any of these other people.
I agree with that. I think Sandoval does have relationships he invests in and cares about, and these people, I'm how do you guys take this from each other? I would cut you out of my life so fast.
I would quit this job so quick, dude. Okay, before we get into the actual meat and potatoes of the episode, check us out on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Patreon. All the links are in our description, and please be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. Okay, so previously on Vanderpump Rules, Audrey turned embarrassingly 22. Disgusting. Ugh. She likes Chris mostly because they talked about ice cream. Shane and Natalie are basically rage baiting each other. Marcus was drinking at work because he's, quote, grieving, which I do think he's grieving, but I do think there's more of it.
I think he also just wants to drink at work.
Yeah. And then Marcus said he's falling out of love with Kim, which she overheard, and then she cried. So we pick up at Natalie's apartment. She's really hungover. Jason and Chris at their Marina Del Rey apartment, which I will acknowledge no other way besides that it's in Marina Del Rey. And they have to get to a shoot. And you might be like, what shoot? Well, it's the SURver photo shoot, the 14th annual, which means this was basically as old as the show. Maybe a year or two.
Yeah, it seems like they definitely did one before the show started, but this was off the back of the show. We needed a moment like this for the show to show how hot these people were.
Yeah. We get some throwbacks from
crazy
the past, and it was so good. And so they start doing the photo shoot. Lisa's here. She's like, these are way more conservative than they used to be. I agree. We used to be naked and or kissing each other, and now we're just posing.
Lisa was like, if you're uncomfortable, you can put your clothes back on, which is like good. Like, let's make sure people are comfortable. But I do understand these are supposed to be really like, you're supposed to be models, so take your shirts off, please.
Well, now they have HR, so they can't have Peter naked in the middle with women surrounding him. Like, that's not HR appropriate.
That was too far. Like, that
was awesome.
Maybe never needed to happen.
But there was no HR. I mean, if everyone agreed at that point, yeah. So at one point, Kim and Marcus are forced to sit next to each other. And I was like, ooh, fight, you know? But no, they kiss, which was not a way I thought that would go. And
neither did the rest of the cast. Like,
yeah, everyone seems shocked.
We got the real experience that the cast did of being like, the fuck is going on? But it kind of pissed me off because I feel like we, as the audience, never got answers.
Well, we just saw Kim leave, and then it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but as this episode goes on, like, I don't feel like I understand what's going on right now.
I think this is just from, you know, I'm not 22. I'm a nice 31, a ripe 31, if you will. So I've been around the block a time or two. I think Kim was leaving. She went outside to cry. I think Marcus followed her. I think they both started drunkenly kind of crying at each other, but arguing. And then they just started kissing. And then they went home together, hooked up. And then now they're back together and they discussed nothing. And I can say this as someone who has done that. So I don't know.
I agree. But like, you gotta be able to story tell that to me in your interview. And I need production to like give that to me because I can come up with my own story, but there's no story. I know, but like, I feel like in their interview chairs, Marcus was like, we didn't do a lot of talking. Like, we never get back together. We're just together. And I'm like, okay, but walk me through it a little bit.
They woke up.
The fuck is going on?
They woke up and said, I'm not mad anymore. Are you mad anymore? I'm not mad anymore. There's no story. It's just, we fucked and now we're going to keep fucking, I guess. Do you think Marcus cheats on Kim?
I don't think he would classify it as cheating because they're constantly in those breaks. So I don't think while they're actually on their on again, he's cheating on her. But if he is, quote unquote, cheating on her, like sleeping with other people, he's doing it strategically, like potentially causing a fight, being off, going to hook up with someone. So it's a little cleaner.
I definitely don't think when they're together, he ever cheats. It's like a weird thing where Marcus is a terrible person, but I don't think he's cheating.
No. That's right. I think they're bad to each other, but not in like that way.
No, I also kind of get the vibe, and we obviously have no idea. We are just speculating. I kind of think he like wouldn't even hook up. Like maybe he would make out, but I don't think he'd sleep with another person if they're just like in a break. I think it'd have to be like a long, like Kim would have to not even cry over him anymore, that he knows she's done, and then he'll do it.
Like, I don't think he slept with someone in this break. It was like 3 days. But I think if it was like a month-long break, yeah. But if they went on like a month, I think he is like, fuck her, like a serious, real break where they actually discuss it. I think he is going out on the town and he wants to like, I think he would want to hurt her by word getting back that he's like going to date other people.
I don't think they've ever broken up for more than 5 days.
That's the problem.
So I don't think, it's so weird. The sex must be amazing or something. I don't know.
If it's bad, because Natalie said her sex with Paulo was bad. Like, I don't get how people stay in relationships where the sex is that bad and everything else is bad.
No, literally. Okay, so yeah, they're back together. Marcus does acknowledge that this relationship is toxic, which we need therapy.
At least you know? Like, I don't know if that's better or worse.
Angelica is the new SUR hostess, and she's here, and her first impression is eating shit in front of everyone. I will say, though, we see back to her interview, and she does have an appropriate outfit on while Lisa is interviewing her. She is not wearing a romper.
Well, we have HR now, so they probably wouldn't hire her.
But she is, I think, coming out the gate, she seems like quirky, charming, like she has good vibes to her. So I was like, I have a new favorite, I think.
I think she's the prettiest on the cast, too. Like the hot girl coming in, I mean,
Can I tell you though, and we'll discuss this later, hot girls need to know their worth a little bit more. like come on.
I agree. How do I have higher standards than some of these people?
If I wouldn't date them, you definitely shouldn't date them. What are we doing? Anyway.
But I think there's this like weird nature, like a weird time we're in right now in dating where guys don't think that they can get hot girls, so then they don't even try sometimes. So I wonder if hot girls like lower their standards because some guys won't try to get them.
Hot girls, be alone. Be with each other before you
Being
lower
alone
your standards.
Is hot.
Be with each other. I don't care. Stop giving these men something to do.
Agreed.
Let them be lonely. Okay, so Chris and Audrey flirt a little, even though they have a 10-year age gap. And then Audrey basically ripped out my heart and stomped on it when she said Chris probably had one of the Blackberries that you had to slide open. Which, logically, that doesn't make sense. Because if you knew something about history, you can't slide a Blackberry open.
She's so young, she doesn't understand. She's talking about a sidekick.
She's talking about, but the other thing is the sidekick you flipped open. I was
That's true, but like
which one
there were those ones that slid up. There's the sidekick that slid out. There was also ones that slid up and gave you a full keyboard.
Yes, which is why I was like the point of the Blackberry was so you didn't have to open or close anything.
Yep.
You just could type.
No, I had a Blackberry and I lived for it. The Blackberry Pearl with the little ball in it.
I wanted a Blackberry so bad, and my dad had one for work and he wouldn't let me get one.
I got all my dad's old Blackberries. And then I finally got my own. I still have this because I cherished it so much. I had a purple Blackberry.
Oh, I wanted a Blackberry. Do you know how often I would steal my dad's Blackberry just to type on it? The click clack?
No, I know because I loved that thing. I'm going to whip mine out whenever I go to my parents' house.
It's embarrassing that Audrey doesn't know what a Blackberry is. Because that was a time in history. You could BBM each other.
That was like the early iMessage
Lauren Conrad
days.
was out here BBMing everyone in the hills.
That's the thing. These youngins need to know their fucking history and stop shaming my guy Chris for being 30 years old and having to slide up his phone because we didn't have smartphones back then.
If you're going to be on reality TV, you should know the history of reality TV and how it started. And that would require going back to Laguna Beach and the hills.
True.
Where you will see a real life Blackberry and how we actually use them.
Doesn't slide up.
There was no sliding. Oh,
no.
My God. Anyway, now that I've gotten that rant out of the way, Venus pulls Marcus for a little chat. And Venus is basically like, hey, what the fuck happened last night? And Marcus is like, Kim and I made up, although we didn't do a lot of talking. And Venus is like, this is offensive at this point. Like how much we all have to put into your fucking relationship, and then you guys act like nothing happened. Like you don't even tell us.
You can't act like we're crazy for being shocked to see you two together.
No, hello. Venus is more mad at Marcus than Kim at this point, though, too, because of the position Marcus puts him in each time that he does something shitty to Kim.
Well, last night was even worse because, Marcus was being a dick. He wouldn't sit and have the conversation. He wouldn't be honest with people. He really threw Natalie under the bus and then just walked away from it and just let the collateral damage and then shit talk Kim basically to her face and then fucked her. So it's like, we had to deal with all of that chaos because you chose to walk away and not deal with any of it.
Yeah.
And now you're like, oh, no worries. There's nothing to talk about.
Well, Marcus tells Venus to stop getting involved, and Venus says to stop involving everyone.
No, I would lose my mind.
No, that's where I would punch. I'd throw a punch.
Because not only do you have a toxic relationship with your girlfriend, you are creating toxic friendships. Who the fuck do you think you are?
Why are we in your toxic relationship all the fucking time? How about this? How about you two break up next time and don't call us?
Well, it's like how you're mad that we're involved. You are the one involving us.
Hello.
You both are the reason we know things. I hate when people are like, God, everybody knows my business. Who do you think is the one spreading that word?
No one would know if it wasn't for you.
You're literally lamenting about it all over this restaurant and then mad I have an opinion?
No, literally. So then Natalie enters because she's like, I also think it started with me last night, which it did.
True.
Right? And then Natalie's also like, you walked away, so let's finally talk about it, right? So Natalie says, you, Marcus, say that we're friends, so you need to just tell Kimberly that I am your friend. And Marcus says he will always take Kim's side.
You did it in episode 1. You did not in episode 1. Well,
to which I was like, there's no side.
That's true. You just have to be honest.
Tell Kim Natalie's your friend, or tell Natalie you guys aren't friends.
That. Clear the air. Tell us, like, the same story. Stop, like, spinning 2 different narratives.
So then Kim enters, and she informs Natalie that there's actually a boundary crossed for her, right? And it was the way Natalie was texting Marcus. And Natalie is like, I thought we were cool because you cried on my shoulder last night. And this is where I said, fuck Kim, dude. Fuck Kim.
I was so ready, and we blamed Marcus all last episode, but Kim is also the problem. Like, you're being messy as hell, and I don't think Natalie, from what we've seen, is doing anything majorly inappropriate to warrant this type of response.
She's a little flirty and a little toxic too, but she's not like...
But, like, we're hot people working at a restaurant. Like, this is, I feel like this is just people, like, this is Natalie's personality, not her trying to be inappropriate.
Well, how are you also going to go through all this and then cry to her about how your boyfriend doesn't love you anymore and now be mad at her again because she exists?
Yeah.
What is the fight even about?
And again, what is the problem with the text? Because I thought we worked some of that out too last night.
I thought there was no picture of the stripper heel.
That, like, you thought Natalie was doing X. She cleared up that she wasn't. Marcus wouldn't confirm it, but, like, at some point we will see the text. We did as an audience.
Yeah.
That, like, what's the problem here about, except you being insecure about your relationship because of Marcus?
You know it's fuck Kim, because how you out here having me root for Natalie now? I'm team fucking Natalie.
That's the thing. I'm team Natalie because of Kim.
Yeah, fuck
I think Natalie
you,
is
Kim.
kind of funny on some things, but I'm like, no, Kim, you suck, and I'm anti-you.
Yes. So then there's an argument, and Demi enters, and she's like, hey, we're doing the Photoshop. Let's stop. And also, I hear my name. Let's cut it out. And that was just when Natalie was like, oh, Marcus can be friends with Demi, but not me. And Kim was like,
because they're like, oh, she can have an appropriate relationship with him.
That's different.
Whose fault is that? This is Marcus's fault. Just because he doesn't want to fuck Demi, like, doesn't mean that it should be Natalie's fault. He kind of does.
Yeah. So then Demi is like, hey, everyone, calm down and stop saying my name. And Natalie's like, I was just saying your name because. And Demi's like, I don't want to hear your voice. I don't want the sound of your voice. To which then I said, fuck Demi too.
Okay, she wasn't doing it as much last episode when we, like, discussed the Demi and Natalie stuff, but Demi definitely uses her position as a manager, I feel like, to yell at Natalie more about things that are not work-related. Like, this, I was like, I hate Demi at this point, too.
Well, this was rude to say, to, like, again, you're a manager, and to then look at one of your employees and be like, I don't want to hear your voice. That's crazy disrespectful.
Yeah.
And also, like, everyone else is yelling. Why is it Natalie you're singling out now? Last episode, I didn't have an issue. Now I have an issue.
Why is she not allowed to say your name? Like, you were involved last night because we're all friends. I'm not, like, slandering your name. I'm not saying anything against you. I'm just using you as an example.
If you don't want your subordinates to talk about you at work, you shouldn't hang out with them outside of work.
Oh, clock it.
And then Lisa has to be like, hey, let's stop. And this is where I went. This was a dumb argument that I, like, couldn't, again, follow.
Marcus won't play ball, I think. That's my issue, is he is at the crux of some of this drama, all of this drama, and I need him to do more talking back because they can never, like, finish an argument or get through anything because, like, it never comes to Marcus's plate. He's always able to say, like, oh, like, don't come to me with that. This is about you. So, like, we're filming a reality TV show. You got to answer for this stuff.
I need the reunion to happen already, and I need to host it. I need it.
That girlie has a white passing man she's ready to yell
at. I need to host it. So we go to this rock climbing park. I don't know what they're called. It's a little studio thing.
I don't know.
So Shane and Natalie are here to climb rocks. Shane has been here 3 whole times. And Shane and Natalie met a month ago. Shane is super into Natalie's fieriness. They're both hot. They basically just both want to bang each other. And now they're going to really get turned on by watching each other rock climbing.
This actually is a good thing because Shane was, like, just staring at Natalie because you have to. Like, she's climbing up the wall. Like, you just gotta stare at her ass. Like, that honestly is a good first date, but I don't want to do this on a first date person.
I can't rock climb. I'm so scared. I've never done it. I don't want to. And so this would drive me nuts. But I do know I have 2 friends who did do this for their first date, and they are still together 4 years later, 4 or 5 years later.
All right, it can be successful.
This is a sneak peek into Shane's lifestyle because he's active. And when he's not being a model, he's a personal trainer.
Of course he is.
Shane says his friends would describe him as a player with a heart of gold. He's honest, caring, and compassionate. And I think from this episode, we need to keep track of when none of that becomes true anymore. Oh. Honest, caring, and compassionate. Let's see when he lives up.
I had the opposite. When he said that, I was like, you're so fucking boring.
No, he is. He is like he is just a when I say golden retriever or like golden doodle, just like the most basic boring dog that you're like, everyone has
I was like, you don't have any like fun or spiciness that you're bringing to the show, where I feel like he feels like a cookie cutter white guy who is trying to model and be a personal trainer. Like, okay, and
he's more boring than Tom Schwartz, honestly. And Tom Schwartz is boring.
So true.
Yeah, so he's true. Really boring. At least Tom Schwartz is drunk.
That I feel like he kind of quirky and like how he talks about things and thinks about things, Tom Schwartz. But Shane, I'm like, you are just a chicken breast with no seasoning. Like, you're so bland.
Super boring. But I can't wait to see when he lies or is not caring and not compassionate.
I hope he does. I don't have many hopes because after 3 episodes, I've been like, like, you're something to look at for sure. Like, I visually see him and I'm like, sure. you're attractive. But 3 episodes in, I'm like, I can't remember one word you've said.
We'll get into this later too, but Shane does feel like someone who shouldn't be on reality TV because he's sober and he clearly has been to therapy to communicate.
Yeah, like I can't wait to talk about that later.
It would be like watching like me on TV where I'd be like, yeah, I don't need to engage in this, you know? Like, it's so boring. Yeah.
Agreed.
Natalie likes Shane a lot, but she doesn't want to jump into a relationship when she's only been single for a few months, which is true. So they go chat a little bit, and Natalie tells Shane that she had back surgery because she had scoliosis as a kid. So she has 24 screws in her back, which is crazy. And then Shane was like, oh my God, I have back issues too. This isn't funny, but the way he said it's crazy. I broke my back when I was 19 because I was shot 3 times. And I was like, whoa, it's 50 Cent all over again.
I was thinking the same thing. This is the most interesting thing about him. And I wanted more details because he said his friend is the one who shot him.
His best friend was the shooter. And at first it sounded like it was over a modeling contract, which I was like, that's insane.
Okay, he didn't tell this story right because I listened to it 3 times.
I still don't know
what happened was he got a modeling contract. It sounds like him and his best friend went to go hang out with other people. The other people were upset and they started a fight with a knife, and the best friend in defense started shooting, but happened to shoot the only guy on his side.
Well, his best friend got stabbed.
Yeah.
And then Shane tackled the guy that had stabbed his best friend. Yeah. And then the best friend grabbed a gun. Where did the gun come from? And closed his eyes and shot in that.
Just started spraying and praying.
Which, listen, it's not funny. Gun violence is not funny. However, this sounds like something out of The Naked Gun. Like, this is
the storytelling of this is what is funny because I'm like, what do you mean? What is happening?
When Shane went, my best friend just hand over eyes. And I was like, your best friend knows you're in that general direction and is like, let's do this blind.
Hey, let's just do it blind. Survival of the fittest, so I do kind of understand being like, I need to survive this.
I've been stabbed. I just got to get out of here, you know?
I kind of have more questions because, like, is this a normal occurrence or was this so shocking that somebody jumped you over a modeling contract?
I need to know where Shane is from, that you're going to a hangout and you have knives and guns on you. Where do you live?
Where do you live?
Where did you come from? Second of all, this is just it's so funny in my mind, and it's not, and it's the way it was told that I can't get a realistic idea of this. But I picture like a bunch of model wannabes, like pretty boys being like, you got the contract? Prepare to die. But it's just the dumbest thing because they're all just so beautiful and stupid. But I don't know.
Why are we beefing about a modeling contract?
Yeah, and like I said, I need to know, like, was this a set thing where you guys were going to fight? Why do you casually have guns on you?
That's such a good question. Yeah, did you meet up with these rival models to like have your words out.
It's like West Side Story. Like what we're like, dancing. That's what I'm picturing is like we're in a dance fight and we're just stabbing away. You know what I mean? Which like West Side Story is kind of funny when you think about it because they are just dancing with knives. But like that is what I picture here.
Yeah,
it's just
it feels like a rival model gang meets you in the like Walmart parking lot and like it turns bad. And it's like, I'm sorry, what were the intentions of seeing these other people?
Works parking lot. Like it's even one up. Like it's just but I have to know, like, was this fight over the modeling contract? Was just like you got the modeling contract and then this fight happened, but there was no relation. Like it really wasn't clear.
That's the thing. He's not telling a linear story here.
And then also,
I'm confused.
He set it up like his best friend shot him over a modeling contract.
Which I was like, that's super interesting.
But then we did find out his best friend shot him, but was it over a modeling contract? And it sounds like it was an accident, which is also a crazy accident. And where's your best
Alicia?
friend now?
Are you guys still friends?
Yeah, what happened? Where's the rival models?
Where are the rival models? Where's the best friend? Is the best friend model material? Because to me, he kind of feels like a nerdy guy who is just too scared to shoot a gun.
I think he just didn't want Shane to leave for modeling. That's what I picture. He's like, not my only friend.
What if he was in love with him?
Oh my God, no. What if the best friend was actually working with the rival models and brought Shane there to be jumped? It was all a setup.
And they just need a plausible deniability. Like, are any of these people in jail or had any consequences?
You would think
this knife gun off over the model contract.
Well, if you shoot someone, right?
I mean, well, you could like get charged with like negligence, which like you may not go to jail over. But if like it's attempted murder, like. But again, because it's the best friend is the problem. Like, what was the intent behind it, too? Like, was this premeditated
it was
knife
blind.
Off, gun off?
It was blind shots.
No, I know, but for the rival... Okay.
Can you imagine the police being like, and what happened here in the Bath & Body Works parking lot? And they're like, there was a modeling contract, and I just closed my eyes and I shot to the sky. It's giving Hamilton Duel a little bit. Like, I don't even know what is happening. It's
short
not
story,
funny, but it's hilarious. It's like,
in the Bath and Body Works parking lot.
It can't just be Walmart. That's not models.
No, you are so right. I need a small strip mall where like the Starbucks is on the corner as well. Like
yes, yeah, they all have their cappuccinos in hand. And they're like, so
extra whipped cream
caramel. Yeah. So we heard that you got this modeling contract, and then they all have in my head it is West Side Story where they all have matching colors on. It's Shane and his best friend in blue, and then the rivals are in red, and they're like, that'll be the last modeling contract you ever get. And they pull out the knife, and then Shane's friend goes, oh, if needed, I have a gun. But then they get stabbed, and then it's like a choreography of sorts. Yeah. And then the friend goes, watch this. Eyes closed.
I won't. You watch this. I won't.
It's so stupid.
No, I need somebody. I need an animator to create me a short story. Or there's those people who do the things with Barbies. I need them to act this out with Barbies. No,
this is so weird. Like, it's very dark, but like it wasn't told in a way to make this story dark at all. Mostly because I still don't know. I don't know. It's a joke. It's funny. It's a joke. I don't know.
I need Andy to ask for more details at the reunion because please tell me the real story because this is hilarious. But
what are we arguing about? Are we arguing about modeling or not?
Like, do you know those guys? Are they truly like the town over model gang?
What if Shane didn't even know him and was just like, "Hey, pretty boys"?
No, but it's like, were you friends with them, or was it truly just like two towns over model gang? We heard about you, Shane. I heard through the grapevine.
Yeah. Are you Shane? Like they're gonna serve him papers.
Shane, like they don't actually
Shane? And Shane turns and they're like, that's him. Why does the
holding
best friend
the modeling
have a
contract.
gun? Where are you from?
Did the best friend own the gun already? Was it the rival model gang's gun? Like where did this gun come from? Yeah.
Yeah, I wish we had answers because then it would be less funny, but it's funnier with answers.
I can't stop picturing the Bath and Body Works. I'm gonna tell my mom that this happened when I Burgers.
Did you hear about the Bath and Body Works shooting? No, I might too.
Two rival model gangs.
Can you record? Two rival model gangs. Can you record it and just send me what she says if she believes
it? Absolutely.
Oh, I'm crying. Okay. Anyway, in a less funny way, Shane, I'm so sorry. Shane was paralyzed, but he got to keep his modeling. He got to keep modeling. He even got sent.
He's like, I went to Milan and I thought it was Mulan.
I thought it was Mulan. Where is he from? Did he drop out of school? The education system cannot be well.
That's so true. How old was he when this all happened?
I love that there's someone out there that's like, I'm going to Milan, Italy. And they're like, well, I don't know. Look at your itinerary again.
Like, what a major fashion house. And you're like, oh, Mulan?
And then he decided, I approve of this, but it's just, there's something so funny about Shane and the way he told the story. He got Band-Aid tattoos over the entry and exit wounds of his shootings, which it looked like his best friend got him real good. I'm surprised Shane is still standing.
No, okay, I also need to know more about the injuries because, how are you still alive right now?
Well, 50 Cent got shot 9 times.
Very true. But like, did it graze an artery? Like, were you super close to dying? I'm so sorry. I'm just really gruesome and need to know those type of details. How close to the brink of death were you in the Bath and Body Works parking lot?
He was fine. He made it. The rival gang, that's why they had to scatter because Shane could identify them.
Good point. Yeah. Good point. Yeah. And then no worries. It had a happy ending because he went to Mulan.
He went to Mulan. I would need to know though, where's the best friend? That's really my one question.
100% because Alicia, I'm so sorry. Even if you didn't intend to shoot me, I would not be able to look at you the same if you closed your eyes.
Closed your eyes is crazy. If I was in a fight and you were like, I have a gun and you were aiming, I'd be like, try and get the person. But like, obviously if something happens because we're fighting.
It's the closing the eyes.
If you close your eyes, I'm like, no. At least try it. At least try to not hit me. If you do, I'll forgive. You're trying
to make sure I live.
Yeah, if you're trying to save me, this is just negligence, truly.
Add this to the manifest list of no body. You can't move on with my partner. This also, if we're in a gunfight, no closing your eyes.
You can't close your eyes.
No closing your eyes.
You can shoot in my general direction if it'll help me, but don't close your eyes.
Not recklessly.
No. At least
try to do it with thought and care.
Like I said, at least try not to kill me.
Yes.
Like, at least pretend. Oh my God.
Some more questions. Did anybody else get shot, or was it just Shane?
See, that would suck if it was his best friend only got him. It's a really bad time to close your eyes. I keep picturing when we were like, if I'm in a fight and you pick up a gun, right? At least try to aim. I'm thinking now like Hunger Games. Remember when PETA was taken by that one guy and then Katniss had the bow and arrow and PETA was like, shoot in my general direction, but aim for the guy.
Yes.
That's what Katniss didn't just close her eyes and shoot.
But also, this rival gang or like model gang doesn't sound sophisticated.
Modeling gang.
They don't sound sophisticated, so they're not like holding Shane to like their chest to protect them from these stray random bullets.
I picture the best friend as kind of a nerd loser.
I agree. I think
the rival gang is on top of the best friend. Or no, the loser. On top of Shane. Oh, you're right. The best friend was untackled because of Shane. And he grabbed the gun. It's like a thing of Clue, I feel like, is what we're playing.
Yeah. That's why I need an animator to listen to this story and our story and come up with some visuals, and then we can critique it and be like, no, I don't think so.
Could we send this to Shane and be like, what did we get right and what did we get wrong?
Yeah. Like, you know how they reenact crimes just to like the try FBI, to understand the science? Yeah. Can someone
call the FBI?
I wonder if they did like some type of reenactment. So let's see that.
I didn't think to do this until right now, but after we're done, I wonder if it's public record because it's a crime.
Oh, and look it up. Yeah.
I don't know Shane's last name, but I'll find it and I'll look up.
You'll find it, and we need to know where he's from.
I need to know where the shooting took place. Where there's rival model gangs coming at each other?
We're gonna need to. I agree because I do this with people's divorces. I love looking up things on the docket.
Anyway, so after that 30-minute spiel, Natalie and Shane hug, and Shane knows that the gunshot wounds, they turn women on, even though it's the dumbest story on earth.
No, I think it's better if he doesn't tell the story. Don't tell the story.
Next time, just tell me you like accidentally shot yourself at that point.
I mean, he basically did with his loser friend.
So then we go to Kim's apartment and Marcus is here and they talk about when they're not fighting, their relationship's literally perfect. There's no red flags, to which I said, usually the red flags do come out when people are not getting along.
Fighting. Yeah. If we take away all the bad stuff, it's a great relationship.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, okay.
If we bury all those red flags, we're good. Like, don't worry. Yeah. And I was like, oh, you guys are in such a toxic relationship. What?
I think they're stupid. So then we go to SUR and we see Peter. We see my guy.
I was getting a little nervous, but like I hope that if they didn't initially have this in the episode, all the backlash from last week's episode of the lack of Peter had them re-edited.
Oh, I saw my man's. And it was nice to see him teaching.
Bulkier, you know?
It looked like he was teaching Chris how to mix. How to mix a little, which my guy knows how to do that. He's always mixing drinks and stuff, you know?
I wonder if he'll be in any other. Do you think over or under like 3 episodes do you think he would pop in?
Under. I think this was our one glance.
I think we could potentially see one more.
My man's got better things to do out here, which I love for him, but I just wish I could see him a little more. It's been a long time.
I understand. He's booked and busy.
So everyone's working, but then Marcus texts Venus. So Marcus is like, Natalie, to the back of SUR to go gossip. So Venus shows Natalie the text from Marcus, which said, hey, dude, I've seen a side of you that I really want nothing to do with, and I can't respect it. I don't want to be fake and act like we're cool, so no need to pretend like we are. And Venus, while he's smoking a cigarette, reads...
Love, as he should.
I love a cig. He reads his response, and he said, Marcus, you literally look like a dumbass, and so does Kim. I'm behaving out of retaliation towards your stupidity and the fact that you and Kim don't give a fuck about anyone but yourselves. I don't want to hear about your clown-ass relationship from you or Kim. You all look stupid as fuck.
Which they do.
That was a way to respond. The way I'm going to use clown-ass and dumbass a lot more. Those just hit harder, you know?
Rolling into 2026 with some new phrases.
Yeah. You know how I say that, like, for some reason everyone gets really upset when they're called loser or fake?
Yeah.
That one pissed me off. If someone said, you look like a dumbass, I'd be like, excuse?
No, the clown ass.
Clown ass I
feel would
crazy.
Really set people
Your
off.
Your clown ass relationship? Gagged. Okay. So Venus feels so betrayed because he has held Kim as she cried. He's been there for Marcus a million times and now he's the bad guy. Please. And Natalie is like, this is crazy. And if Natalie thinks something's crazy and Natalie's crazy, that must be really crazy.
That's so true. And to be clear, Marcus is the one who like basically is like, I'm cutting off the friendship. Venus was like, you guys just suck. You're insane. And so is your relationship.
Marcus texted first.
Not only that, but Venus didn't say like, I don't want to be friends. He just said, I don't want to deal with your clown ass and dumbass relationship.
You guys are losers. Like dumbasses.
Yeah. He just read them to filth. He didn't say you didn't want to be their friend.
He leaves with like, XOXO, love you. Like, okay. So we go back to Kim's apartment and Kim says that everything Venus said was unforgivable.
And I was like, wait, are you going to read another text message? Because like, what was unforgivable?
He's obviously been feeling this way for a while because this doesn't just happen overnight, which I was like, yeah, dude, for every breakup he had to deal with.
Your 10-month relationship is the entire time that it's been building up.
Yeah,
like, what
Jesus.
Are you an idiot? Like, you guys are dumbasses. Yeah. How do you have no, like, awareness of the effect you have on other people?
Dude, fuck these people. So then Marcus and Kim are hurt that Venus said their relationship is a joke. And for the record, I would just like to say, your relationship is a joke.
Agree.
It won't last. I don't care. And I said it last week. You could get married and I still don't think you're going to make it to the end. I think you're both going to die apart. How about that?
The delusion is crazy from them. And it's not like Sheena Shea delusion, because Sheena truly believed her delusion. But I think she just, like, was so excited about things. Yeah. This, I'm like, how do you look yourself in the mirror every day with that clown makeup on? Like, you guys are a clown ass.
That's a good point. Sheena genuinely wanted it so badly that she just started, like, believing it so much.
She was manifesting.
She was manifesting. Even though it really wasn't working. But she was hoping. She would have done anything to make it work. Yes. These people, they just truly are terrible people. And then put them together. It's like a massive shitstorm.
So delusional about stuff that, like, why would you want this? Like, you're delusional about your toxic relationship. Sheena was delusional about just, like, wanting any guy to love her. Like, those are, like, dreams that are, like, worthy of reaching.
She wanted it to work, right? It wasn't working with her husband, and she was gonna fight till the death for it. You guys aren't fighting to the death.
Yeah, and, like, they're not keeping quiet about the bad to pretend like they're even in a good relationship. Yeah.
No, this is a mess.
They're laying all the cards out and then being like, oh, never mind, you didn't see those.
Yeah, so Marcus says he'll take accountability for texting Venus first. But what Venus said back is the real problem. And Kim says her and Marcus are used to people judging their relationship. But the fact that it's Venus is what hurts. And I was like, well, the straw that broke the camel's back.
Okay, but the fact that it's Venus is the closest person to you and knows the most information. Of course he's gonna, at some point, not be able to, like, withstand this. You guys are lunatics to him and you don't even notice that.
The other thing is, like, do they know any of Venus's problems? Like, these are the type of friends that are just like, these are our problems in our relationship. And then, like, when Venus is like, hey, this is what I'm going through, these friends are like, oh,
you're so selfish. Stop. Yes, I know a girl like that. And it's like, all right, I don't even have to ask how you are because you will just bring it up. You will change every topic back to you and back to your shitty relationship. I avoid these people at all cost.
No, it's a nightmare. So let me go to the back of SUR. Venus says he's been here the whole time. He's never said anything. And he does one time. And this is what happens. They just can't take the constructive criticism of their relationship. And so he swears on his poodle. He is done.
I hope he is.
We're back at SUR for another. We're not in the back of SUR. We are back at SUR for another shift. Kim is in charge of training Angelica, which Kim is less than thrilled about for some reason. Kim is a bitch, dude. Anyway.
Also, is Kim, like, the best waitress here? I don't think so.
I don't know. Venus,
I always wonder how they make these decisions, because I understand for the story, you need one of the employees who is on the show to train the girl who's new on the show. But out of everybody, is that who you really want training them?
Demi assigned Kim to do it. And I think Demi is the kind of person that she knows Kim can't say no to her because they're friends. So Demi's like, do the bitch work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Demi's gonna, again, use her position to make sure that they lock in the new girl, even at the cost of this restaurant.
Yep. So, yes, Angelica, the new girl, she's been the new girl. Her dad was in the Navy. She's moved around a lot. She also has a psychobiology degree from UCLA, which is technically neuroscience. And I said, what are we doing? I mean, like,
what are we doing here?
Serve, but
yeah.
What's with the degree? Are we doing anything with the degree, or is it just serving? I gotta know.
Yeah.
And so she was a scholar, but she couldn't pay rent, so she became a server, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But now we don't know her goals or aspirations, which is very upsetting because she has a great degree.
Agreed. I'm like, you are fascinating behind the scenes. What Shane lacks, Angelica, is that her name?
Yeah.
Angelica? Angelica brings to the table, but, like, what? Like, do you want to be in movies too? And so you, like, left the, like, sciencey, analytical stuff behind for the creative world? Totally get that. But, like, what are your hopes and dreams?
What are we doing here?
Yeah. Like, do you want to do, like, neurosurgery on the side of your SUR hosting or, like, service gig?
Are we still paying off loans and, like, the job market's just bad right now? Like, what's the vibe? What are we doing? I just need to know.
Hey, that's a really good question.
So Angelica asks what happened at the SUR photo shoot because there was a lot of tension she picked up on. And yes, Natalie, maybe not Natalie. Oh, Kim Was this Kim or Natalie?
It was Kim.
Okay.
Angelica, and I think at one point Audrey's back there. Okay. Or like so they're at the front of SUR, I think.
Okay, so Kim says that Venus and Marcus were having a conversation. Natalie inserted herself. So Kim inserted herself. And Angelica's like, oh, which one's Natalie? Because she just got here. And Kim's like, Natalie's the one that was up your ass. And Angelica's like, well, Natalie seemed really nice. And Kim's like, yeah, well, she's crazy.
The flashback we get is literally just Natalie offering her a dress for the photo shoot,
yeah,
too. I was like, do you know what up your ass means? Like,
and
girly.
Then Angelica's like, she seems like a girl's girl. And Kim's like, no, Audrey's a girl's girl, not Natalie. And I was like, no, how Kim didn't say she was a girl's girl, because she's not either.
She's not. No, she's not at all.
But I would pick Natalie over Kim at this point.
Same, because I can clock.
But I don't want
like either. Natalie does things in your face, at least. Like, I can see her flirting with people, and I can clock that at least. Kim is a snake in the grass.
Yeah. But I agree. I think out of all of them so far, Audrey has proved she is the most girl.
Yes, because in this conversation, she also starts sticking up for Natalie.
Wait, hang on. Pause. Venus is also working. He's very emotional today because Marcus and Kim retaliated against Venus, this is diabolical.
Oh my god, I know when he first said this, I was like, oh, they like sent you a mean text back, whatever, like dry those tears, like I've done meaner things. And then he says what they did.
They told people at SUR things that Venus had said about them to Marcus and Kim. That is diabolical. That's just like that's,
and like intentionally went to go burn his relationships all throughout the restaurant. It's not like they were out back bitching about people and they said what, like, or like somebody stuck up for Venus and, you know, Kim or Marcus said, oh, you shouldn't be friends with him because he said this. No, they walked in that day and said, I just want to let all of you guys know he's not a good person. That's also so mean.
The friendship's not even cold yet, okay? You guys could become friends again, and then you gotta own up to this. True. This is some diabolical shit.
They're such lunatics to each other and to everybody. They pull the trigger so quickly, and they think that their friendships can handle the ups and downs that their toxic-ass relationship can. And they can't. Like, you guys may be able to pretend like nothing happened 2 days ago when Marcus was saying he was falling out of love with you, but I do not forgive that quickly, babe.
No. So Venus says he could do the same thing, but he won't, probably because he's not a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
And Venus got a text from this girl, Gabby, who's up Kim's ass all the time. And Gabby said, Venus, you are so low class. I'm glad you showed your hand. I have had more respect than to talk shit about you behind your back. There's more integrity in saying it directly to you. And Venus is like, I don't even know what this is about.
The way he's like, I don't even know really who Gabby is.
Yeah, Gabby ho. So Demi is like, listen, babe, let's talk about it later. It's happy hour right now. And Venus is like, Demi. Whatever. So Demi's only thing is like, we gotta get back to work.
Only when it suits her, though. Like, to get out of her, Kim, and Marcus's shit, she utilizes work as a weapon.
We gotta get back to work.
Like, you can't be mad at them right now because, like, we have to work.
And then, even more diabolical, Marcus sits in his interview chair and is like, yeah, I did that. I told everyone. And I was like, dude, that's crazy. The way I don't want you or Kim near me.
No, I am kind of scared of them.
No, fuck them. I'm not scared because who are they going to tell? What are they going to do to hurt me? You know, but like
the levels they can go to, I'm scared for this
scary
group
person.
With them.
Yeah. So then Audrey talks to Kim because Venus is upset, and Kim's like, "Yeah, well, Venus was sending Marcus and I nasty text messages," and Audrey's like, "Well, who texted who first?" And Kim's like, well, Marcus said he didn't want anything to do with Venus, and then Venus responded and said he also didn't want anything to do with Marcus. And Audrey's like, okay.
Okay, so do you not see that you guys did the same thing and it wasn't that crazy?
No, it's crazy that Kim out loud was like, well, Marcus texted Venus something first, and then Venus said the exact same thing back. And so he started it. Venus
and his is worse. So, like, we need to throw down the gauntlet and burn every relationship in his life simply for critiquing us.
Well, Audrey's like, how did other people get involved? And Kim's like, well, other people have feelings about Venus too. That has nothing to do with me. And Audrey's like, but didn't you tell those people and about like what Venus had said, and now they're sending Venus nasty texts? It's like insane that Venus can't go to his best friends to be like, I'm upset with you, without them reflecting and being like, oh, why would you be upset with me? Instead, they're like, you can't be upset with me. Burn you to the ground.
And then once it's all out in the open, because they weren't even like sneaky about trying to like burn everything to the ground, they won't even acknowledge their actions. Nobody's like even asking him to say that who's right and wrong, but like the way Kim is telling this story and purposely leaving out anything her and Marcus did is wild to me.
Yeah. But Audrey's like, listen, there was a way to go about it and you didn't do it that way, period.
No. And I love that Audrey knew what happened to be able to press further to be like, okay, but didn't you go tell people that? Like, come on. Like, you can't sell me this bill of goods. I know these people in this restaurant, too.
Disgusting. So then we find out from Angelica that thunder thighs are in and thigh gaps are out.
I didn't know that.
It's my time, I guess. I don't have a thigh gap.
Shine.
Hello. So Angelica then talks to Jason. And Jason has ginormous eyebrows. I couldn't look away. I am shook. And Jason tells Angelica that everyone likes her, including him. And Angelica finds Jason cute, which I don't know how you're not staring at his giant eyebrows, but okay.
Maybe she's into them.
But Angelica hasn't flirted with a guy since her and her ex broke up. And she is so awkward with Jason. This girl, the pretty people do not know their privilege, but I liked it.
100% agree. It felt very real. And so I liked this whole day because I'm like, oh, you're like giddy. Like, you don't know what to do. And you constantly have to keep running into him and you still don't know what to say.
I liked her trying to walk away, but there's no space. And she's just kind of like, what do I do?
Oh my God. Was that whenever she was like, oh my God, I have to go somewhere. And then she's like still standing there. She's and he's stuck. Like, and he goes, where are you going?
No, it was cute. And Angelica, you could destroy this man's life. You got to know that, girl. But it was cute. It was endearing. It was charming. We'll lose all those things by the end of the episode. But for now, it was very cute and charming. So then we go to Malibu to ride horses. Audrey and her friend are here. I think it's Mary Faith, but I didn't write her name down. But she seems to be everywhere. Audrey invited Chris out to ride horses. He's dressed to ride horses. Ugh, I hate this man. Anyway, Chris is not a horse guy, but he's here to try. Audrey says that Chris looks like he should be in Miley Cyrus's The Climb video.
No.
And I said, if you're 22, how have you seen a music video for Miley Cyrus of all people?
But she doesn't know what a BlackBerry is?
Like a music video, no one watches those things anymore.
These were happening at the same time.
This was 2009, Audrey.
And Miley Cyrus. Like, you know one, but not the other? Like, come on, know your culture, know your history.
It was in 2009, The Climb. Well,
yeah.
Yeah, my God. Audrey wasn't even born, I feel like. No, I'm just kidding. But, like, literally.
Oh, no, she was, because math. But I questioned that for a minute.
She wasn't even born. Anyway, Audrey and Chris talk after he rides some horses. Audrey said she really hasn't dated anyone in LA. She's more of a relationship girl. Chris was like, I was on 2 dating shows. Dated and related, whatever that was. It's not incest.
I like how he acknowledges that the show name is incestual.
It is weird. And then perfect match. And he says from being on those TV shows, he has attracted the wrong crowd. Girls are after him for clout.
Yeah, no fucking shit. You're a Z-list reality TV star and people just are thirsty and like clout chasers.
Yeah, of course. But also I'm like, you know, Harry Jowsey's getting like the hot girls, and then Chris is getting whatever Terry Jowsey turns down.
That is like he wasn't like a good enough reality TV star to get the top tier like DMs.
Yeah, rough. But Chris says at this point in his life, if he doesn't feel something with someone, he's not going to waste their time or his. Which Audrey's like, oh my God.
The wise words of a 30-year-old.
No, literally, what time to waste, my guy? I only have time to waste with myself. with other people, crazy.
No, yeah.
So then we go to a roof party. Angelica has invited a bunch of people from work. They go swimming together on this roof. It's going to be so fun. Everyone's here. Natalie tries to say hi to Demi and Kim, and they ignore her. Can I say, I really like Natalie doing this because this is a level of unbothered that I love, where she's like,
100%.
I'm going to say hi. They could be pissed, but I'm not pissed.
She literally walks in and just like says hello to every person she sees. Like, hello, hey, hi, how are you? And they're like, how could she pretend nothing's happening? Girl, it was a hello.
I love Natalie going, hey, hi, hey, Demi, hey, Demi.
Like, ugh.
No, that is something I would do. And so I think I hated Natalie because maybe I'm kind of like Natalie. But also, I don't think I'm that delusional.
Natalie is the star of this show. You have to agree with that.
I was into Natalie this episode.
You don't have to love her, but you have to agree. She's the top dog of this.
She's top dog, for sure. So Venus is ignoring Kim and Marcus big time. Natalie is flirting a little with Chris and Jay. Well, flirting, but like also just being Natalie.
I don't call this
Chris
flirting
was
because
being weird. He's like, I'm changing into my bathing suit under this towel. No one look. And Natalie's like, no one wants to.
Comments to like make it less weird.
Yeah. And then she like was just sitting with Jason, just like, hey, you got
she almost like put her foot in his water, and she like acknowledged that, and they laughed about it. Like there was, in my opinion, that's not flirting. Maybe for people who aren't good at flirting, and that's okay. Like everybody does things differently. But for a top tier flirt, which I think Natalie is, this is casual conversation.
This is very casual conversation. And then Shane is upset because he feels that Natalie is flirting with them.
He was like, I'm not allowed to walk in and flirt with anybody at SUR, but you are? And I was like, my guy.
You brought them on a date.
This is so different, just like making quippy comments that are on the edge of flirting. Because then they show us that callback to the photo shoot, and she was like positioned between Jason and Chris. And again, another weird moment where you like make these like funny comments to make it less weird.
Yep. You're sandwiched in between them. She's like, oh my God, it's like a porno. I forget what she said, but like, it kind of was in a weird way.
These people could never handle that naked SUR photo shoot that Peter did with all the girls.
Send them in a coma. Yeah. So Shane and Natalie go to put their feet in the pool together because Shane wants to talk to Natalie. And apparently this is where Jason told Shane that Natalie's really flirty. And Natalie's like, I'm not flirty, I'm just nice.
Oh my God.
And Shane's like, I feel your walls are very high, Natalie. And Natalie out loud goes, this conversation really turns me off.
I agree.
Nice.
I was like, Shane, I totally understand that you like to communicate and you do want to be clear. However, we have gone on one date and she's talking with her coworkers. Like, listen, I think it's a little too soon to have this, like, what are we, like, let's have clear boundaries conversation.
Shane has been to therapy and he knows exactly what he wants. Natalie's here for a good time, not a long time, okay? Y'all aren't compatible.
But he's also like, we don't need to bring the therapy talk to every conversation we have.
No, literally.
Like, this is too
Go
much,
back to
too
talking
fast.
about when you were shot in a Bath and Body Works parking lot. Like, I don't care about this. Because Natalie straight up is like, I don't want to have this conversation. And Shane's
Agreed.
like, I do want to have this conversation. So then Shane is basically like, I'm trying to figure out what we are, what you like and dislike in relationships. This is what I like and dislike in relationships. And Natalie basically out loud is just like, I hate this conversation.
Love that out of her.
Well, she goes, you'll know when I really like you because I'll become obsessed with you and then you won't have to question what I like because we're always together. Which is also very toxic, but it was so funny the way she said it. Because, Natalie's just like, listen, when I become obsessed with you, you'll know.
You'll know. But also, like, we haven't kissed at all. Like, this is, like, way too serious of a conversation for two people who have a slight crush on each other.
Well, then Shane is like, okay, I'm going to walk away. And Natalie's like, you do that. And
Natalie's
Shane
like,
leaves.
please.
Natalie's like,
I do not want these two together.
What was that?
Shane's stock this episode tanked for me.
Plummeted.
The shooting story was interesting and we made it bantery. But like, to me, he didn't do that. Like, we did that.
Meredith, the worst part was if Shane was telling us this story, we would have this exact same conversation with him and offend him. would be like a rival model gang.
He would bring out therapy talk, and I would be like, see, you just ruined any fun I was just having. I'm Natalie with him. I'm like, stop. I want to claw my eyes out now.
This is exhausting. We're at a pool party, my guy. I'm talking to my coworker about how he is changing under a towel. Like, calm down.
How I almost put my toe in the water and you're upset and need clear boundaries? What over what?
You separate me from that to talk about boundaries?
My boundary needs to be that I keep my feet away from my coworker's water.
How about this? My boundary is shut the fuck up and don't talk to me again. Boom.
My boundary is go back to whatever town you got shot in and don't ever speak to me again.
Call up your best friend if you want to talk to someone. Don't talk to me.
Go have a chit chat with your best friend in the Bath and Body Works parking lot. Yeah, let's see how it turns out for you.
You have someone you need to communicate with, and it's not me. It's that friend that shot you, huh? It's not me. Anyway, so
I gotta stop this bit because I'm gonna be so mean.
We're getting so much trouble for making fun of this man's like shooting, but it's so funny.
Again. We do think that's a serious thing.
It was the story. Gun violence is not funny.
No, we are very upset about gun violence. However,
very upset.
I need you to take the story seriously if you're going to tell it on TV.
If there is gun violence, you have to tell us the story in a serious manner.
I will victim blame you for telling a story terribly on reality TV.
Here's the thing. If there's gun violence over modeling contracts, we've just really hit a low point in this.
I wish that's when our gun violence was over.
No, truly. Here's the other worst part. For people who don't live in this country listening to us, we are this, delusional about gun.
That is so true. We are so desensitized to it. Because, we hit a few days ago, again, more mass shootings than days in the year. So, forgive me if I want to find whatever the silver lining or joy is in whatever story about gun violence.
He made it through. Shane's alive. Now we could joke about
never banter about this.
If he died, there's no way. Actually, we don't know if there are casualties. We actually don't know much. But Shane hasn't told us that. We're going off the narrator. We are desensitized.
I just hate bad stories. God forbid.
This is not the worst shooting story I've heard of in the past 3 days. So that's upsetting. But this is one of the lighter ones, unfortunately. The jokes are bad. I'm so sorry.
Gotta move on.
I'm so sorry.
It's gonna keep getting worse. You know us. We're gonna keep going lower.
We're gonna get arrested at some point. Okay, so
oh my God.
Angelica is putting sunscreen on Jason's pecs. Disgusting. I don't know why.
I hate when I have to watch people do this because I don't ever think it's sexy to apply sunscreen to somebody else.
Also, I understand a back. You cannot reach the back. The pecs he can get. I don't know what we're doing.
This is such a utilitarian thing for me. It is a service I need done. This isn't you lubing me up. I'm in the sun and I just need this task to be handled.
Yeah, I'd actually prefer you not to touch me when it's this hot out.
Correct.
Thank you. So they're sitting by the pool. They're intertwining their legs and talking about relationships. And
Jason, they were giddy. They're cute and they're flirting. And you said, it goes downhill.
So Jason, he's been single for 5 years because he's, quote, focusing on the grind.
Okay.
In Marina Del Rey.
And this is why he thought Natalie was flirting with him, because he does not know what it's like to flirt with a girl.
He's a yuck.
He's dated and related.
He's dated and related. But imagine some guy, you're like, oh, why have you been single? And he's like, oh, I was focusing on the grind. And I'd be like, and what do you have to show for it? Are you a millionaire? What are we doing? You share a house with your cousin in Marina Del Rey?
I am also very work focused, but then when you tell me what your grind was and it was a show called Dated and Related and you're living with that person, I think you're weird.
I think you're incestual a little.
I think you have a weird family relationship.
Yeah, that's
and I'm running
and I don't
hills.
like those. So Angelica tells us she still lives with her ex, which I was like, interesting story. What are we doing here?
Oh, way to one up him on his weird living situation. You're like, I actually am weirder than you are.
Yeah. Basically, Angelica's like, he just told me one day that he wasn't the person, or I wasn't the person he wanted, but we still live together.
Even worse, she's like, he's the person I wanted to marry and have kids with. Why are we telling a new prospect that you have somebody else that you want to marry? And he was like, no, thank you.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So Jason's basically like, oh, I want to hang out with you. You're hot. I'm hot. We're both hot.
Sure.
Jason really doesn't know how to talk to women.
Nope.
He's like, we are smoking hotties. Let's get it on.
Me, 2 + 2, hot.
Hot. And Angelica, this really upset me. She goes, you could ask me to go anywhere and I'll probably go. And I was like, no, you hold all the cards, girl.
Girly.
Hey, meet me in this abandoned warehouse. Okay.
That's my first thought is I was like, so you are telling the world right now you could easily be murdered. Like, you're the first one in the horror movie to go.
And I'd like to say there are only 2 people who could tell me to go anywhere and I'll go, no questions asked. And that is Josh Hutcherson and Jonathan Bailey. If it's not them, I'm not going. I thought
you were going to be like my mom.
No, I'd even be like, it's a little cold. I don't know, Mom.
That's so true. My mom asked me to do anything. I'm like, I need more details.
I'm going to send a question.
Yeah.
I can't just listen to my mother. Some families really do respect the parents. My family is not one of those families.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I must question everything they do. So Angelica, listen, girl, I didn't love this for us. It seemed really desperate, and I didn't like that.
She started so high. Like, I was so excited about her this episode. We finally were introduced to her, and then it's like, girlie, you are just fumbling the ball every time. I don't
understand the prettiest women. Like, what are we doing?
That's the thing is, like, even if you would say yes, we don't need to like hand over all of our cards at once.
You don't have to tell him.
You try to banter with them. Like, you don't have something.
The way if Jason asked me to go to a 5-star restaurant and he'd pay for everything, I'd still go. It depends on what time and what the weather's like and like if I'm busy.
I don't know why, but I would be like, is it a vegan menu? Just to like give him some shit. And he'd be like, you're vegan? And I'd be like, no, I'm just curious.
No, I just am wondering. If I'm leaving my house, it has to be for a good reason.
Why go easy too? Like, my whole mantra is let's make everything as difficult as possible.
Yeah, is it just us? Are you not inviting anyone else? Will dessert be provided? Like, I gotta know these things.
Are you picking me up?
I'm not. If you're I have to know. So anyway, I like that a lot of people are swimming, getting their hair wet. I love when girlies get their hair wet in the pool because I love to get my hair wet in the pool.
Let's play mermaids.
Yeah, my friends didn't know until like last summer I was a water bug. You think I'm going to leave my hair?
No, because like here's the thing. I'm not going to, at some point you're going to want to get in. So you might as well just get in early and like really enjoy it.
The head wet.
Yeah.
We got to dive in. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Venus asked to talk to Kim. I don't know why, but okay. So Venus
on a reality TV show, Alicia. Like, production was like, let's get this over with.
Stop ruining this for me. I'm living in the reality of reality TV.
Oh, okay.
Venus starts by saying his approach was harsh, but he was trying to set a boundary with Kim and Marcus and their relationship, which I was like, Kim loves boundaries. She sets those things all the time.
Absolutely. And they literally asked for people to stop being in their relationship. So I'm actually following your orders.
Yeah. And then when he came to work, he felt very backstabbed by Kim and Marcus because they told everyone what Venus had said about them.
Diabolical.
Which Kim says not true, even though she told Audrey that she did do that.
You already admitted it. Like, come
Marcus
on. Marcus
admitted it in the interview chair. Yep. So Venus says he would never do that. And Kim was like, well, I was really upset from your text messages that you sent. And then Kim's like, well, now I'm going to walk away. Goodbye.
I don't get why, like, Marcus and Kim cannot take any heat at all.
No. It was like, hey, I was upset about your relationship. You had texted me, I responded, and then you did this terrible thing to me. And Kim's like, well, your text message really hurt my feelings. My text message wasn't supposed to hurt your feelings. You can't dictate how someone feels.
No, and like, this isn't going to work for a reality TV show. You got to be able to be like, okay, I see what you're saying. I'm sorry. Like, you got to be able to go back and forth with this person. But Kim and Marcus just like, I want to be like, you're the problem. I didn't do anything. La, 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 and like walk away.
And so Venus is like, whatever, you walk away, but I'm coming for that bitch. And he points at Gabby. And then Venus is like, I'm going to go confront Gabby. And now he's like, don't do that. And Venus is like, I'm going to do it. And this is where the camera gets shaky and we don't know what's happening. And I can't follow an argument.
This is crazy work because like this girl's not even on the show. Like, this wasn't required of you, Venus.
And so he walks right over and he says to one girl, he's like, you look hot. And then he looks at Gabby and goes, Gabby, you look like a stupid bitch. And I was like, whoa, The way I wouldn't even know how to respond if I was Gabby. I'd be like, oh, okay.
And this sealed it for me. I love Venus. Like, hell fucking yeah.
Sure. And they start fighting, and then Marcus and Venus start fighting about something, and then Natalie and Kim start fighting, and Demi tries to break it up, and then Natalie's like, I'm unbothered by this all. You look stupid, not me, which I said
Natalie knows. She is locked in on what works and what doesn't for her.
That's my girl, Natalie. That's awesome. So then, next time on Vanderpump Rules, we have a girls' night. Audrey is moving and need Chris's help, which that's what you should use men for, is free labor.
Absolutely. Angelica. I need to do this more often.
I'm moving. Come help me.
Well, like, I need something hung up, and like, I'm a strong, independent woman, but like, I just don't really want to do it, you know?
No, agreed.
I was thinking about that the other day. Like, I want a man to walk all my laundry to the basement for me.
Oh, 100%. I have friends coming to visit this weekend, and I still haven't rehung up the picture that fell months ago.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, I don't want to do it. Will you guys just help me? Because you're an inch taller than me. Can you help out?
There it is.
I can't do it.
Using your resources.
Jason tells Angelica he has options, and Angelica says she's not an option. Thank God. Natalie fights with Angelica, and then Venus and Marcus fight in the back of SURver.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, it's my turn to go first this week.
Go for it.
Okay, I'm going to block Kim because I think she's a bitch.
Good pick. Yeah. I'm blocking Shane because I literally can't stand him. I find him so bland.
After the joy he brought us?
No, we brought ourselves joy. That was us.
No, we're not stand-up comedians. We're the type of comedians that like riff off other things.
I
had
agree.
to provide the story, and we riffed off of that.
Alicia, I can just go look up shootings, and we can make fun of any one of those.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I said it was gonna get worse. I said.
Woo! All right. Anyway, if you're still with us somehow, you're already used to us. Shout out. Anyway,
this is one of the most unhinged episodes we've ever had in the 6 years of this podcast.
So I'm going to accept now, if that's you. I'm going to accept Natalie, which is a turn of events for me. I feel like each week I get crazier. I don't know which way I'm going.
No, I'm thrilled because it's the perfect indicator Natalie. For me that you're warming up to this cast. You're on my side of the fence of it too, and that's hugely important for us.
Yeah, when a new show starts, we have to be on the same side.
At least for like 80% of it. You know, we have to have a high crossover. My acceptance is still going to Venus. That is like my bread and butter of this show.
That's
like, I will back that man. He could lie as much as he wants, and I would be like, no, he's telling the truth.
Oh, okay. I'm into it. But can I also just say, because I compare this show a lot to Southern Hospitality, because I think there's a lot of similarities in the age of the cast and like how nutty they are and the world and the roles and all that. Somehow Kim and Marcus are worse than Emmy and Will. Like, somehow I hate them more, and I hate Emmy and Will. Agree. I hate Emmy and Will. Because
I think the fights make sense over on Southern Hospitality. They will confront things. They'll discuss things. Like, they're able to produce a show in their insane relationship. Like, I think both relationships I don't want to be a part of. However, Will and Emmy's translates to a show better. So at least I get entertainment out of it, and it can like move a plot forward and be part of a larger storyline.
Yeah. So that's just how I'm going to end this. Anyway.
That's a really good note.
Do all the things I mentioned at the beginning of the episode. And with that, love ya.
Thanks for joining. Bye.